Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. This video is part of my declutter series where I go through my collection declutter products that are either expired or I don't need them anymore and keep the ones that I know I will use. Nothing will be thrown away. Things that are still usable will be given to friends and family. I've been doing these brand specific declutters on my channel quite frequently, and today we are going to declutter a J.Cat Beauty. J.Cat Beauty is a pretty affordable brand. They have a lot of eye makeup products, but they do have complexion products as well. I will say this declutter isn't going to be as cutthroat as my others. I don't have that many products from them, but also I don't have any products that I think have already expired. I decluttered some of my eye products from J.Cat in a previous video. I'll link it here. That is where I went through my liquid eyeshadow collection, and I had a couple of really pretty ones from J.Cat Beauty that I did declutter. But let's get into going through my J.Cat Beauty collection. So here are the products that I currently own from J.Cat Beauty. Ignore my nails today. I did like a nail sticker and I don't think they look too good. It is supposed to be kind of a smoky deep red, but it almost looks like I have a chipped nail polish. So I'm not a big fan, but I already put them on, so I'll take them off later. But here I have all the products from J.Cat Beauty. I have a couple of eyeshadow palettes, a couple of complexion products, and then a lot of small eyeshadows, plus a concealer and a brow product. Now let's start with probably my most favorite product from J.Cat Beauty. It is this Dia and Noche palette, and specifically the Noche one. This formula is pretty much unbeatable. It is so beautiful, and I have selected this as my monthly favorite last year and definitely gotten a lot of use out of this Noche one. The formula is just amazing, especially when it comes to the shimmers. The mattes are good too, but the shimmers is where this is at. And let me just swatch a couple of these so you can get an idea. I think they are almost comparable to Natasha Denona formula. They are just so beautiful. The mattes are not there, I will say that, but they are beautiful as well. But the shimmers is where this palette truly shines, and here are just a couple of those shimmers. This shade here is just my everyday bronzy eyeshadow, and I also love the other shimmer, so absolutely love that one. Definitely stay in my collection. But I also have the Dia from the Dia and Noche, and I'm also holding on to this one. This is another beautiful palette. It just isn't as much of a color story I gravitate towards, but it is the same quality. I swatched a couple of those shimmers up there. They are all beautiful. I think this is more of a spring palette and definitely more of a daytime palette. The other one could have been a more nighttime palette like the name says, and I am holding on to both of these. The third palette that I have in this series is this one, and this one is called Once Upon a Time palette, and I've actually never used this one. Here we go. The color story is absolutely beautiful, kind of your pinky purple dream. But on the back of the palette it says, not intended for eye area, our princess inside all of us. Every once in a while, Ken and Barbie always will find you, venture outside, believe in fairy tales. And that is a lot of these shades, and especially the beautiful pinky shades, which is why I never use this, but maybe I will try and see if my eyes react to those. And they are simply beautiful. So let's swatch a couple of these. So I mean, the formula is the same, absolutely beautiful tones. I think I will get some use out of it. I think I just forgot about it since I saw that it was not eye safe. But I will definitely hold on to this and try out those shades, because I do think this is a beautiful color story, and it feels like the formula is the same as in the other Dia and Noche palettes. Absolutely stunning. Then I have two of these Take Me Away palette, Secret Paradise and Fantasy Dreamland. And these were palettes that I think I've had for quite some time, but the formula is also so beautiful. Fantasy Dreamland is more of your neutral tone palette. I've used it quite a bit, and let me swatch a couple of these as well so you will see the formula is the same. I just quickly grabbed like 2 of these. Oh my gosh, they are so beautiful. They are over there. This is just one swipe. That is how pigmented they are. I need to use this more. This is just a very good neutral palette. Definitely holding on to it. And then I have Secret Paradise, which I noticed I haven't used at all. So I'll definitely have to put this one into use. Let me swatch a couple of these shades as well. They're so beautiful. This is more of a muted palette, I think. These are a couple of shades that I quickly swatched. I don't think I gravitate towards this color story as much as the other one. That was more of a neutral palette. This has a lot of repeat shades. I'll have to put this into use a couple of times, and I might declutter this one after, just because the color story just doesn't really inspire me. But I do think the formula is there, and those shades are beautiful. Then I have their small Extreme Access Pocket Shadow palette, and these were all the rage a while back. I think someone, I want to say it was Taylor Wynn, that spoke really highly about this one, and I did purchase it. It's like a $7 palette. I think the bigger ones are like $14 or something. So all of these are very affordable, and out of this one, I remember really liking the gold. I was able to get some swatches. This is from this palette, absolutely stunning. This shade here that I've used a lot didn't perform as well. It could be because I've used it so much and it has crumbled ever so slightly, and that one's beautiful from this palette as well. This is kind of like your fall tone palette. I do like the mustard shade in it, so I'm going to hold on to this one as well. It's just beautiful. As I mentioned, this declutter isn't going to be as cutthroat, but so far I have not decluttered anything. But let's get on to these older shadows that I have here. These are their Baked Triple Crown eyeshadows, and I can right away see that one of them has broken. So let me open this one. I think this one was my favorite. This was in the shade Green Tea Frap, and I remember really liking these tones. I think these shades are absolutely stunning, but I do think I have these shades in other palettes, and since this has broken, I'm gonna let go of it. I think I held on to it because I didn't have these shades before. I'm not sure if they even sell this Triple Crown formula. These are quite old, but they seem to be performing well. This one's just so messy, I'm gonna let go of it. And then I have a couple of other shades. This one is called Baked Alaska. Then I have Raspberry Smoothie, and then I have Cherry Fudge Sundae. They all look beautiful. I think this one, Baked Alaska, has a little bit cooler tone. There we go, absolutely beautiful. Then I have Cherry Fudge Sundae, also absolutely stunning. And then the last one I had is this Raspberry Smoothie. There is Raspberry Smoothie. All these shades are beautiful. I am tempted to still hold on to them. I noticed this one has a little bit crumbled as well, but I don't want to declutter just for declutter's sake, and all of these perform well and they're beautiful, so I'm gonna hold on to all 3 of them. This declutter is not going well. I have 2 complexion products, out of which the other one I have not even opened, but this is their You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter in the shade Bella Rose, and this was also a few years back all the rage on YouTube, and that's why I got it. That's the highlighter, absolutely stunning. However, this is just too much for me. I don't use this kind of shade anymore, so I think I'm gonna let go of it. Plus it felt quite dry, and I prefer more creamier highlights these days, but this was such a classic product. I think I'm gonna declutter, but I'll put it in my memory box just because it reminds me of that time when I really got into YouTube, and this is one of those purchases that I made because I was watching some YouTube videos. Then this Golden Soleil Baked Bronzer, let's open this one. So this is part of the reason why I do these declutter videos, because I forget that I have some products. This one is in the shade Cypress Clay, and let me swatch it. I will say the formula feels quite dry, but it is a pretty shade, I will say that. I think this will work for my skin tone. I'm gonna try it and see if it's still usable. It might be quite old and it's just been in the back of my drawer unused, because the shade is beautiful, but the formula felt a little dry. So I'll have to see how it performs on my skin, but for now I'm holding on to this one. Then I have their Stay Assurance Water Sealed Zero Smudge Concealer, and I have this in the shade Soft Cream. Here is that shade Soft Cream, and it seems to be still performing well. It's a little bit of a lighter tone, and I do think that this is a thicker formula. Yes, I'm blending it in, and it does feel quite thick. Definitely more of a pinky undertone. I'm gonna try this and see if it's still usable or if I do like the formula, but I have a feeling I'm going to declutter this afterwards. I don't really like these kind of really heavy concealers, and this feels a little drying already from the swatch. So I'm going to hold on for now, but it's going into the probably going to declutter pile. Then we are going to tackle these Prismetal eyeshadows. I have a lot of them, and I used to really enjoy them. And then I have two Vanity Goddess chromatic pigments. So first ones I have here is First Attraction. This felt really dry, so I'm gonna have to let go of it. I only got a little bit of color. It used to be absolutely beautiful, but these are quite old. And then the second one, this is called Pixie Dust. This one swatched a little bit better. Go, that is very beautiful. I'm gonna hold on to it since it did still swatch okay. And then I have a couple that I have not opened, so let's see if they're in any condition to be used anymore. Here are the shades Electra, and then I have holographic types, and they're over here. They look more like lid toppers. Here's the yellow one, and here's the kind of holographic one. I think I'm gonna let go of the yellow one. It feels like it's still usable, so someone might like it. I am gonna hold on to the holographic one because that looked really stunning. Then I have Poppin' Lockin', and the second one is Champagne Whiz. And a Poppin' Lockin' didn't seem to swatch that well. I think it's expired, so it has to go. But this one is absolutely stunning. Champagne Whiz, definitely holding on to that one. And then I have these two Vanity Goddess chromatic pigments. So let's test these out. Here is the shade Royal Flush. And these are very sparkly pigments. Here's a swatch that looks absolutely stunning. These are loose pigments. I opened this one. I absolutely forgot that it is a loose pigment, and it is all over my pants now. But it does look beautiful. I am going to hold on to it. I don't think I have anything quite like this in my collection. And then I have the shade Flushing Queen, and this is what the pigment looks like if you are curious. That looks absolutely stunning as well. Definitely holding on to this one. And the last item I have here is their Perfect Duo Brow Pencil, and this one is in the shade Light Brown. It has a spoolie on the other end, and then I think it had a triangle tip liner, but now I've used it so much it's worn out. But here is the shade Light Brown. It's a beautiful shade, however this is too dry of a brow pencil for me. I feel like it tugged and pulled my brow hairs, and that's definitely not what I want, so I'm gonna declutter it. I don't know if I just got an old one or if the formula is bad, but I probably wouldn't repurchase it. So here are all the J.Cat Beauty products in my collection. I have 22 items, and I am letting go of 6 and keeping 14, which is not a good declutter, but it is. I'm happy with this one. There weren't that many products to begin with, and I only want to let go of products that I know I won't use. I'm not here to just declutter for declutter's sake, so this is what my declutter amounted for this time. So I do think I am going to actually declutter this palette as well. It is beautiful, but I don't need it. The color story wasn't inspiring me in any shape or form, so I know there'll be some other friends who might like to use it. So I will be decluttering 7 products and keeping 15. I still consider this a successful declutter. I'm only keeping items that I know I'll use and decluttering things that are no longer usable. Like these have clearly gone bad, and this one's broken and messy, and this one's just I'm no longer using this type of product, so I'm putting this into the memory box. But the rest of them are products that I know I'll use. I think the formula is amazing. I think J.Cat Beauty in general does great products. The only product I would not repurchase is this Perfect Duo brow pencil. It's just not worth it in my opinion. There are just so many other brow pencils that are better for the same price range. But other than that, this was my declutter. Let us know in the comment section if there are products from J.Cat Beauty that you love or products that disappointed you. Let me also know in the comments if there are any J.Cat products you think I should try. I love trying out new products. Maybe I just haven't discovered something amazing yet. So please let me know in the comments. But this was my declutter this time. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, I hope you subscribe. And if you like this kind of declutter videos and want to see more of their kind, please consider giving this a thumbs up. But thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.